Hello folks, it's Bill Swift from Swift Canoe and Kayak. It is a beautiful fall day in Oxtongue Lake, Ontario. We're at our Swift Algonquin facility with two characters, Regina and Jim. And you guys are from the southern tier in New York. You're up in Algonquin. Beautiful.
Yes.
You've got two cruisers. Regina, you have a cruiser 14.8 and Jim has a 15.8. And we're going to get these folks to talk a little bit about their boats, the performance, and so on. So let's start with you.
All right.
So why a Cruiser 14.8? Did you try it ahead of time? How did you pick the 14.8?
I tried it multiple times. I went up to Old Forge to the dealer there. I brought my backpack filled because I backcountry camped, and I tried it over and over and over. And I also tried several other brands. This one went straight, it went fast, it fit me perfect. It was a hard choice between this and the next smaller one though, the 12.8.
12.8, yeah.
The 12.8, but my stuff wouldn't quite fit in it. This was just the right size.
Nice. So chest paddling, it's so important to do for you, especially with gear in it that you want to take, because you guys like to camp.
We do. And I'm usually with folks who have fast, long kayaks, one of which is a Swift. And I needed something that could keep up with them too.
Yeah, beautiful. Yeah. So test paddling. Now, your boat, you've got it set up really neatly here. We've just carried it down to the water. Why don't you tell the folks, you've used it for a while now, you've really got it set up really cool. And let's talk about all the little gadgets and what you do. You've just finished a carry, or we call it a portage. We're at the lake now. Let's show the folks what you do.
All right, so this is set up for a day trip. If you look in the front, you're just gonna see a small waterproof dry bag. I've got my lunch in there, a change of clothes in case I go in the drink, a towel, a few other safety items. I've also got in the back some safety gear. It's a bilge pump and it's a paddle float. It's always with me. Now, how did I walk with all this? I walked with this. So as soon as I get done with my portage, I take these off. Now I tend to carry it back here. I'm not going to put it in place though until I have my paddles out. You can see where my paddles are. I just tuck them right in there along the side of the boat, and I strap them in place with a Velcro Wrap-It. So the first one I'm going to pull out is my single blade paddle. I'm a little bit different than a lot of our pack boat paddlers in that I do use a single blade. Jim uses his most of the time. So I'll pull that out.
I'm a single blade paddler also, and I know 95% of people primarily use kayak paddles with their pack boats, but using a shorter bench shaft paddle, it's a great way to paddle.
Yeah. Yeah, one of your other dealers taught me how to single blade, Brent.
Yes,
your new dealers.
That's right, in Portlandville.
Yes, in Portlandville. If I'm on big open water and I really want to go fast and straight, I usually use my kayak paddle. So they're out now. Now the other thing that is interesting.
I love how you did this. I have not seen this before.
Yeah, one of my cycling buddies taught this to me. As long as I don't have a big dry bag on, I can do this. If I have a big backpack, I can't fit it on.
Meaning tall in the back.
Tall in the back, it'll catch it.
Yeah.
All right, so what I do is I zip it up. I tuck in the back of it underneath. I loosen my back strap. I make sure this is right on top of the zipper. And I tuck it in, and it stays put, and then you don't have to deal with it as you're walking.
With carrying the life jacket.
Yeah.
I am going to have to try that. Yeah. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
I usually wrap it around the stern thwart when I portage, so I'm going to try this myself.
Yeah. And then I usually tuck my yoke in back here, and it stays put pretty good.
Let's talk about the seat.
Yes.
So this seat is pretty cool.
Yes, it is. It's exactly the same seat that I have on my kayak, your Swift Saranac 14.
Yeah.
Same exact seat. I have a couple of back issues. I have the ability to move this thing where I need it and adjust both sides.
Yeah.
I've been told over and over to sit straight when I'm paddling. Sit straight. This isn't a lawn chair.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
You got it. And that lumbar support really helps get you in the right position for that.
It does.
Yeah, excellent. Nice.
So I'm ready to paddle.
Let's talk now quickly. What do you find when you paddle this boat? Like you paddle it day tripping, you paddle it when you load it up with a lot of gear. What is the Cruiser 14.8 to you now?
It is my primary boat. It is my favorite boat. And when I consider that I also have a Swift Saranac that I love, a kayak, and that I don't get in it nearly as much as this, that speaks volumes. This will go as straight and as fast and turn and edge as beautifully as the kayaks do. I love this boat, whether it's packed or whether it's just for a day trip. And it's so easy for me to load it.
Now, sometimes you go with a group
Yeah,
and you can keep up with the longer kayaks.
absolutely. Yes.
Now, you were just at Booth Lake in Algonquin Park, which is a beautiful place for folks to come visit. And you mentioned that you were in some big waves.
We were. And I was, so, you know, we're wondering, are we going to get swamped? That's the big question. It's an open boat. Am I going to get swamped? And we did not. I did not. And, you know, I was going straight into the waves and I was watching it and I'd see him do this. And I'll be danged. I went straight. I went solid. I didn't get blown sideways. It was good.
A lot of that is the David Yost roundness to the chine area, the flare. It really pushes the waves off to the side.
Okay.
And he's brought the bubble way up the side. So I have a larger cruiser, the 16.8, and I can't believe the size waves I paddle in. It's just incredible.
Yeah.
Nice. So you would, for someone your size, the Cruiser 14.8 is a good fit.
Cruiser is a 14.8, especially if you're going to backcountry camp. If you're not, that 12.8 is sweet. I'm 5'5". That 12.8 fits me beautiful, but so does this.
Maybe you're going to have to get a third
Oh, here we
Swift
go.
boat.
And plus one.
There you go. Nice. Okay. Well, why don't we have Jim talk about his boat now? Jim, let's talk about this now. Now, you also went to Old Forge.
Yep,
and
I went
test
to
paddled.
Old Forge. There was a Swift demo days. It was late in October, and the forecast was for 3 inches of snow. We drove the 3.5 hours up anyways. We met Bill. I test paddled a couple of boats. I thought I really wanted the pack. And I got in the pack. I got off the dock. I paddled out about 50 yards, and I couldn't get back to the dock soon enough. I'm going, nah, this isn't going to cut it. Regina has a Cruiser 14.8, which really was a little tight for me. I'm a little taller than Regina. I'm a little heavier than Regina, and it just wasn't enough room. I felt tight in the hips. They had a 15.
How tall are you?
They tell me I'm down to 5'11" and a half now from 6 foot. But hers was a little tight for me. I felt a little cramped. There was a 15.8. I said, let's try that one. I took that out. It went straight. And I said, this is it. I was able to lean into the turns, which was good. I had been using a Winona with a hung seat, so I was much higher. This seat is a little bit lower, but it was good. It was good. I tend to, while I carry both a bent shaft paddle and a kayak paddle, I typically don't put the kayak paddle together, and I'm just carrying it. It's kind of like taking my water for a ride on my bicycle and never drinking. So
I do the same. I take a kayak paddle, but almost all the time I'm using the canoe
right.
paddle.
In windy conditions, it's easier to maintain straight with the kayak paddle. Speaking of windy conditions, a couple weeks ago we were in the Adirondacks. We went from our campground out to do some primitive camping. So we had loaded backpacks, put the dry bag right in the back, firewood and water in the front. I said, no, this is pretty heavy. Going on, I think I reached the limit, and it was a little bit sluggish in the handling. The next day, the wood was gone, the water was gone. The weight was wonderful. We were paddling into 20-mile-an-hour winds, and the boat tracked straight.
That was when you did the 7 carries up towards St. Regis?
Actually, that was 2 weeks before that. And
Okay.
then 2 weeks later, we were back up and we did the 7 carries in St. Regis.
Beautiful. So you guys really get out and get around.
We do. And my boat actually shows the marks of
Yes.
some of the adventures that we've had.
Now, you know that these are marks of beauty. And this is what we love
This
seeing.
one right here, I think, is from the Flat Rock at the Upper Dam on Booth Lake.
That's a new one.
I have a customer who has, with permanent markers, literally labeled some of the scratches they have, and they are so proud of their marks. It's just beautiful. Now, we are going to come up with a video shortly on how to refinish your boat if you want to take the character marks out. Some people are very proud of them and want to keep them in, but there is a way that you can get a little bit of the glisten back again, but everyone has different thoughts about this. So, Jim, paddling, are you able to keep up with this lovely lady?
If she's using her double-bladed paddle and I'm using my single-blade paddle, I just watch and I follow her lead. But I can, with my single-bladed bent shaft paddle, I can dig in and I can pretty much keep up with the double-bladed.
Yeah, beautiful. So guys, let's show the bottom of Regina's boat now, because this one has, I don't know how this one got so many more marks in it, but this is absolutely beautiful. We'll roll it this way towards Joe. Look at this. This is absolutely gorgeous. Beautiful.
I'm not sure how many of those are from this week.
Beautiful. Well, guys, we think it would be great if we put these boats in the water and you guys showed the folks how much fun you have in these.
Good.
Excellent. Cruiser 14.8 and 15.8 paddle time. Always puts a smile on our faces.
Thank you, Bill.
All right. Regina's going to show us her elegant way of getting in. My mom actually could get in and out of a pack boat on her own until she was 88. So this is absolutely wonderful to watch.